This channel isn't really a streamer educational channel. It's just a place where I've enjoyed making a lot of videos on topics that interest me. And lately, as a creator, as both a video maker and a streamer, I can't help but not see the fact that Kick is everywhere. This conversation of, oh, creators need to go to Kick for better ad incentive or better subscription splits and this and that. Oh, is this the end of Twitch? And it's exhausting. But people don't really talk about, one, what are the goals of the creator beyond money? And two, what it's like for the viewer. I mean, I've been streaming for 3 years now, and I'm just stoked if there's like 4 people in the chat talking. That's good enough for me. If I'm having fun and those people are having fun, I'm stoked. It's a successful stream. And when I started thinking about it and looking at the entire landscape, I realized that all of these streaming platforms are like a person we've dated. And today we're about to go on a date with all 3 of them to figure out who's the best for us, both as a creator and as a viewer. There would be 4 platforms, but Facebook gaming doesn't, I think it's gonna be gone. That's kind of like Fling. So if you didn't get your Fling in, well, platform number 1, I consider like your first love, your first real relationship. It's great in the beginning, it becomes comfortable, and then it sours. And not aging like a fine wine, but really starting to leave a bad taste in your mouth, but you always remember it. Platform number 1 is Twitch. As a content creator, when you first start streaming, oh, it is awesome, right? You go to hit affiliate, you make the dream about hitting partner, and even at partner, you know that there's inherent perks. Twitch is a really comfortable place to be on. Before 2023, it was like if you wanted to live stream, that's where you'd go to, and that's where viewers would go to if they really wanted to sit down and watch someone play video games live. An advantage that Twitch has over the other platforms, both as a creator and a viewer, is the Prime sub. I mean, as long as you have Amazon Prime, that's a free subscription you get to give to your favorite creator. And I think a lot of my active subscriptions right now does come from Amazon Prime. And no other place is giving you the opportunity to give away a free subscription as a viewer. But in the past couple of years, things have changed. On the creator end, you've lost your better split if you've made it to partner. You're forced to shove ads down no matter what you try to do. And you're starting to see some flaws in the discoverability of the entire thing, where it seems like only the creators that are at the top are really getting that exposure. And if you're a small creator that maybe just wants to have a few people hang out, it's almost impossible to find you. Like, be honest, as a viewer, how many times do you go to a category, sort by high to low, and start scrolling all the way down to the bottom? Almost no one. The rule of thumb used to be if you had to do more than 2 scrolls, you weren't going to be seen. And I think that's pretty true. People are pretty lazy in the sense that they just want to get to the content that they want to watch. It's like the same fiasco if you go to Netflix and just start doom scrolling about all the options to watch, you get overwhelmed and don't even put on a movie. And if as a creator, you only care about the money aspect, well then Twitch feels like an even worse place with them getting rid of that 75-25 split, even if you make it the partner. And it seems like even the ad incentives are going to an even worse place. Now, as a viewer, I would say that Twitch is really comfortable and familiar. Once you've been integrated into that Twitch ecosystem to watch, it's really hard to pull away from that. It's a comfortable spot. You know exactly where everything is. And honestly, it looks nice. You can't argue that it's a nice looking site and it feels nice when you're watching a live stream. The chat goes at just the right pace for you. You have all your emotes with all those extensions. And even if you did feel like spending a couple of bucks, there's always a way to make it gamified. Twitch does a really good job with hype trains and bits to make it feel good as a viewer if you want to give some cash. But where it doesn't feel good as a viewer is these ads that they are ramming. They force it on the creator. Most of them don't even change it, which means that as a viewer, you'll be watching someone and then you're sitting through 3 minutes of ads because that's the default setting. And nothing feels worse as a viewer than an ad starting and you see 1 of 8, 1 of 10, 1 of 12. And let's face it, not a lot of people are going to sit through 1 of 12, especially if you're just shopping around channel surfing. If you see a channel, you get hit with a 1 of 12 ad, you're pretty much out of there. You're not going to wait just to find out if this streamer or this stream is really worth your time. In a way, it seems like Twitch could be like your toxic first love, where even if you want to go away, you can't help think about it and think that there's this real deep nostalgia and these really fond memories that even I have when I first started streaming. It's comfortable and you know how it feels, and you know when it feels good, it's good. And sometimes you forget about how bad it might actually be in comparison. And that brings us to platform number 2. The one that's kind of a rebel, really shaking things up, taking you out of your regular routine. Like, oh, as a creator, you're like, whoa, for me? for more? And as a viewer, you're like, what is this? What's going on over here? I've been hearing whispers about you. You sound kind of bad, but kind of interested. Platform number 2 is Kick. And this is where a lot of the conversation comes in. Kick is sort of like the person that you date to get back at somebody or to rebel. As a creator, yeah, 95/5 subscription split sounds good. Who wouldn't want almost all of the money coming in? And if you're a creator that thinks about monetary incentive first, then yeah, Kick sounds awesome. And as a viewer, if you want to make sure that the money that you're giving to your favorite creator, they get the most of, then yeah, again, Kick sounds awesome. I gotta be honest too. I haven't even made a Kick account. I don't know much of the creator side besides what almost everyone talks about, that 95/5 split. But what we all know is that Kick is run by stake, which is, gambling. And it's not to say that gambling's bad, but its TOS has definitely been a cause for contention. And it doesn't feel good to say, hey, I'm a Kick streamer, and people go, oh, the site where so-and-so did this, where X person did X pornographic thing? Oh, the place that's just laundering gambling money. And while listen, Twitch didn't do a very good job either, I think that Kick has started on a bit of a PR nightmare, or just bad PR in general. Because to me, Kick just looks like a place that's enticing creators to go over for a really good rev split and a bit of a wild, wild west feel. But there's not really any incentive for viewers to want to go over there. It's basically like going to the grocery store and asking your mom for Twitch, and your mom says, we have Twitch at home, and it's Twitch at home. It's pretty much the same, but they've changed a couple of things. And I find as a viewer, almost any stream that I go onto takes forever to load. And while I never really gotten any ads, I also don't want to stick around for like more than 15 seconds to find out why the site isn't loading. But I get it. It's new and fun. And for creators, it sounds so sweet. That monetary thing is something that is held in such high regard. But if your goal with streaming isn't to make money, well then what really is the point to going over to Kick? The discoverability doesn't even seem to be any different than Twitch, which again, kind of just makes it like the bad boy date. Yeah, it's rebellious. It's something that makes you go, whoa, this person is trying to shake things up. But when you kind of get past all of that, there's not really any incentive for viewers to want to jump over there and watch. It kind of just makes it like creators are just there for the money. And if you are, that's your prerogative and that's on you. And, more power to you. Get the bag. When I started streaming, I did it because I was laid off. And all I thought about was the business aspects about streaming and content creation. And now that I'm back in a full-time job, I'd rather just have people there to have fun than I would necessarily to collect a few extra bucks, or maybe a lot of extra bucks. I don't think the longevity of Kick really matters, even if you gain a lot in the short term. But what about date number 3? Is there something good about the third option, something that's really juicy? Well, to me, platform number 3, which obviously is YouTube in this case, kind of feels like the one that's almost too good for you. Because YouTube has been around for so long, I think that people just think that YouTube just kind of has it all together and it feels like the all-in-one package. And believe me, as a creator, that's kind of the awesome part. That is definitely the romanticism, is that it does feel like the all-in-one package. You can do lives there. You can do your long-form content like this. Subscribe, please. And you can also do shorts. Like, it's everything. It's all there. One URL has all the content for anyone to go see. That to me is awesome. The less clicking that people have to do to get to the content that they want to see from me seems really good. And if you're thinking about monetary reasons, that's where it starts to seem like YouTube is the person that's too good for you, because to get into their partner program requires a lot of effort. 1,000 subscribers isn't easy. 4,000 watch hours isn't easy. 23 million in 90 days for shorts definitely isn't easy. If you're wanting to do YouTube for monetary reasons as a creator, you gotta work for it to earn her trust, to earn that partner. And even from there, it doesn't even guarantee that you're gonna make tons and tons of income. I mean, yes, it does have a better split for memberships, 75 to 25, and you get AdSense both for your streams and for your videos, which again is just all of that work paying off to potentially help your bank account. But to climb that mountain for the sole purpose of monetary reasons, we'll see you get there, but I don't think you'll do a lot afterwards. And even with all 3 options, I think that's sort of the biggest takeaway if you're a creator is, what are you doing it for? It always sounds great to be paid to be a creator, to be be supported by your fans. But from my own experience, I've learned that if you're doing this just to get paid, you're going to burn yourself out, or you're going to make it to the goal that you want to make it to and lose all the steam. I also think that from a creator perspective, YouTube isn't the most friendliest place to stream either. One, your discoverability, you're competing with not only live streams, but videos that have been fully produced. The live stream tab is a little clunky to navigate. And even being in a live stream, unless you have Truffle TV as your extension, it's kind of a clunky experience. I find that when you want to be in theater mode, the chat moves down to the bottom, and that kind of sucks. Also, if you're in a chat that's having a lot of activity, it just screams by. You're missing out on a lot of that emote support from third parties. And much like Twitch, YouTube hasn't done a lot in the last year to year and a half to keep pushing the live space to create features that make it better for both the creator and the viewer. I think that Truffle TV makes it a better experience, but it shouldn't have been on a creator that got signed to make the live streaming space better and do it faster. I do think though, as a viewer, beyond the issue of the theater and the chat, you don't have to run ads. Like even if you're in the partner program, you'll get hit with a pre-roll and that's it. Creators get all the control over playing ads during the stream. And I found that being even in incognito mode, watching a streamer, I got hit with no ads. Plus the ability to rewind and see what you missed, I think is incredible. That pause to me as a viewer is important and so sweet to watching live streams. Because if you ever get busy with something or mishear something or just need to show somebody something funny, you can easily scroll back to it, see that, hear that, get that content that you missed, and then just get right back into the stream. It's like, who do we date? Who's the platform for us? I think for you, that's a question you have to answer yourself. You have to decide sort of what your own reasons are and why you'd like to be on X platform. And they could be completely different, and you could think I'm wrong about the platform that you choose. That's okay. But nobody talks about what it's like for the viewer and the reasons to watch you on whatever platform. Personally, I've been on Twitch for 3 years now. I got a lot of good memories over there. I met a lot of great people. And sometimes I think that I need to get off of there. Sometimes as I've seen things dwindle down and change, that maybe I'm just not a Twitch streamer. And I probably do have some bias to the idea of being on YouTube, because let's face it, one URL for everything is just so nice. And I do like the idea of not having to force ads. But to me, I think the important thing in my juncture is, what are my goals now? And they're not really monetary anymore. I don't want to go live just to try to make a buck. I want to be live and streaming because it's fun. I want to just be hanging out. And the idea of making money is now sort of a secondary option. So then the priority becomes, to me, the viewer experience. What's it like for a person that is going to come tune into the stream? What are they going to get? And how can I make that as easy as possible? And if you've made it this far in the video, I know that you're interested enough in me to want to have a say in that. So it's very simple. You can let me know down in the comments, or you can go over to Twitter and vote in the poll there. But I'm going to leave it up to you to decide. I'm going to give it a couple of weeks, and whatever the outcome is what the outcome is, whether that be Twitch, Kick, or YouTube. To me, what I think is important is entertaining people. Seeing me going live and getting excited. What's going on today? I'm so excited to hang out. I'm so excited to just be in the stream. And we have just presented 3 eligible platforms, both with what I think are their pros and their cons. So who do you want?